This lesson is about inverse functions of exponential and logarithm functions. First of all, let's do now. How do you find the inverse function algebraically? Do you remember we use escape button to remember the steps for finding the inverse functions? First of all, exchange x, y. Then you solve for y. Then change y into this inverse symbol. Let's go over logarithm and exponential conversions. If you have a to the x power equals b, then you will get the log base a of b equals to x. Remember, base won't change. For 27, first of all, exchange x to y. F of x, that is y. Therefore, we got the x equals 3 plus e to the square root of y's power. Then we need to solve for y. We know this is an exponential equation. Therefore, isolate the exponential form on one side. We minus 3 both sides. We got the x minus 3 equals e to the square root of y's power. Then we do natural log both sides. You will get square root of y equals natural log of x minus 3. Then we square both sides to get the y. Y equals natural log of x minus 3 square. After you solve for y, you need to change y into inverse symbol equals natural log x minus 3 square. Then we check domain. Domain for original function, we got square root of x, which means x has to be greater than or equal to 0, because for square root of x, x must be positive. For the range, whenever you have an exponential form, that will be y greater than 0. Then you plus 3, that means y greater than 3. Therefore, domain for inverse function, you will see x greater than 3. Range, you will get the y greater than or equal to 0. Now go to 29. First of all, we know f of x means y. We got the x equals 3y minus 5's power minus 6. Then we solve for y. This is an exponential equation. So isolate the exponential form on one side. We need to add 6 both sides. We got the y minus 5. Then we got to do log base as 3. Log base as 3. So we get the y minus 5 equals log base 3 x plus 6. Y equals log base 3 x plus 6 plus 5. Last step, change y into inverse symbol. We got log base 3 x plus 6 plus 5. For the domain, that will be all real numbers. For the range, whenever you see exponential form, you will write down y greater than 0. Then minus 6, you will get the y greater than negative 6. Therefore, for this inverse function, you will get domain x greater than negative 6. Range, that will be all real numbers. When we look for inverse function of a logarithm function, we got to use this conversion. Remember, base won't change, so we got the a to the x power equals b. Now let's go to 28. For 28, still, we need to exchange x, y. F of x means y. Therefore, we got x equals 1 plus natural log of y minus 4. This is a logarithm function. We need to isolate the log on one side. Therefore, minus 1 both sides. We got x minus 1 equals natural log of y minus 4. Then we need to change into exponential form. Natural log base is e. So we got e to the x minus 1th power equals y minus 4. Then we add 4 both sides. E to the x minus 1th power plus 4 equals y. Then we change into inverse symbol. We got e to the x minus 1th power plus 4. For domain, for logarithm function, we have to make sure x minus 4 greater than 0, which means x greater than 4. For range, that's all real numbers. Therefore, for domain of inverse function, that is x is all real numbers. For range, you will get the y greater than 4. Now let's go to 30. Exchange x, y. So we got the x equals log base 5 of 4y minus 8. Then we need to isolate this log on one side. We add 8 both sides, got the x plus 8 equals log base 5 of 4y. Then we change log form into exponential form. We got 5 to the x plus 8th power equals 4y. Then we divide by 4 both sides. You will get the y equals 1 over 4 times 5 to the x plus 8th power. Then we change into inverse symbol equals 1 over 4 times 5 to the x plus 8th power. Look at the original function. We need to figure out the domain. We will set up for x, that's argument greater than 0, means x greater than 0. For range, that's all real numbers. Therefore, for inverse function, domain, that's x is all real numbers. For range, that is y greater than 0.